It is very common during pregnancy to experience pain to the side of the hip, which is pain arising from the soft tissue structures on your hip, such as your gluteal tendons. The muscle comes from the lower back and inserts to the side of the hip as a tendon. Tendon pain can typically arise during pregnancy because you've had an increase in your body weight. Also, the pelvis has opened up a little bit more than before you were pregnant, and this changes the pressure and the amount of work that the tendons at the side have to do. In this instance, it's very important to maintain the muscle strength of your legs to help settle down this pain. Typically, you can get pain lying on your side in bed. We're told not to lie on our backs because it's better for the baby, so we're constantly lying on the side, and with that extra body weight down on the hip, tendons do not like that extra compressive force at the side of the hip. We can do some hip exercises using a band or a belt to help strengthen the muscles at the side of the hip. We can also reduce the pressure on the hip by avoiding standing with the hip out to the side. We can avoid crossing our legs in sitting. We can stand with a wider stance through our legs when standing around. And we can also place a pillow between the knees at night time, which will help reduce the pressure on the tendon, either on the side we are lying on or the upper side. For hip tendon pain, we can perform an exercise 2 to 3 times a day. We place a belt or a strong band around our knees. You gently push your knees apart into the band and keep the pressure against the band or the belt, holding for 30 seconds, feeling the muscles around the outside of the hip working, and then we release the pressure. This is repeated 3 times in a row, holding for 30 seconds, and it is performed 2 to 3 times a day. After 1 to 2 weeks of doing this exercise, you should have a reduction in the pain in the outside of the hips. If you are also following the advice of not crossing your legs and keeping the rest of the legs strong.